Barbara Torres serves as the youngest and first Latina president of SEIU Local 99, representing Los Angeles Unified School District. As president of SEIU Local 99, she represents 45,000 education workers in K-12 schools, early education centers, and homes, administrative offices, and community colleges throughout Southern California. President Torres brings years of experience working to improve the lives of SEIU Local 99 members. She was instrumental in reaching collective bargaining agreements on behalf of 30,000 LAUSD employees, which raised the minimum wage for all her members to $15 an hour by July 1st, 2016, as well as securing a 6.5% wage increase for those making over $15 an hour. She also currently serves as the chair of SEIU's 99's Latino Caucus. Please join me in welcoming our 2016 Achievement in Public Service honoree, Ms. Barbara Torres.
Welcome, Barbara.
Let's get another picture.
Porto's Bakery and Cafe, tracing its origins to the year 1960, when the Porto family made the tough decision to leave their home in Cuba. Porto's Bakery and Cafe has grown into a highly successful business that recently topped Yelp's list as the best place to eat in the U.S. for 2016. Upon arriving in California, Rosa Porto, who was always a talented cake maker, entrenched herself in perfecting her recipes and began selling her delicious cakes to friends and neighbors. As her customer base grew and demand increased, Rosa and her husband, Raul Sr., opened a small 300-square-foot bakery in the Echo Park area of Los Angeles. Their children soon joined the family business, and within the entire family's efforts, they expanded to a 20,000-square-foot facility in the 1990s. Today, Porto's is not only known for their authentic Cuban cuisine, but also as pillars of their community for their philanthropic and community investment efforts. Porto's Bakery and Cafe now serves thousands of customers and employs hundreds of team members in Southern California, with stores in Glendale, Burbank, Downey, and 2 additional stores being built in Buena Park and West Covina, with discussions about expanding to San Diego.
And I have an accent.
A beautiful accent. Representing the family today are Rosa and Raul's daughters, Margarita Navarro Porto and Beatriz Porto. Please join me in welcoming our 2016 Achievement in Business and Philanthropy Award honoree, Porto's Bakery and Cafe, with their sexy accents.
Welcome, Portos.
Thank you, members. That concludes our presentation today, and I want to thank you for indulging us and allowing us to showcase our unique talent in the Latino community today. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hueso, and congratulations to all 2016 Latino Spirit Award winners. Members, we will return back to consideration of the daily file, and we will start with unfinished business. Item number 7, Senator Pavley. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 380 by Senator Pavley, an act relating to natural gas and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Pavley, please proceed.
Yes, I thought I'd just wait a moment because people are still moving around.
That is a great idea,
It's an
Senators.
urgency item, and so
Senators, if you can all take your seats and we can get back to business, that would be terrific.
yes, thank you very much. I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, this item is back for concurrence and assembly amendments. It passed off our floor unanimously just a few months ago. This item relates to the leak in Aliso Canyon, a leak that began in October 23, and it took 4 months to finally put it out. 8,000 households were relocated. In fact, what you may not know today, 3,000 households still have not come back home to Porter Ranch. This is a very important bill, not only to the residents, but the broader region. But I want to let everyone know here, this only relates to the natural gas reservoir in Porter Ranch. It's a Aliso Canyon specific bill, not the other 13 natural gas reservoirs around the state. I want to thank my co-authors, Senators Huff, De Leon, Allen, Hertzberg, Runner, and Wilk. As you can see, it's been a bipartisan effort. It's been very much a tragedy for those residents who lived close to that facility. SB 380 is urgency legislation, but the problems did not stop with the leak. What this bill does is provide statutory certainty that all other wells, that means 114 other wells, will be inspected as promised. Assemblymember Wilk and I worked with the Assembly Utilities and Commerce Chair, that was Chair Gatto, members of the committee, and the administration on amendments that would address concerns that were raised relating to energy reliability. What SB 380 does is provides a statutory framework for the gas storage wells at Aliso Canyon to be rigorously evaluated and the risk to the community minimized before injections of natural gas restart at the facility. These rigorous tests were produced by the hard work of experts from national laboratories in conjunction with Dogger. The tests have already begun. They're a 6-stage process, 2-stage testing of noise and temperature, followed by a more rigorous approach on 4 more stages before refilling this facility can begin. The amendments reflect the administration's safety criteria that allow for some wells to be temporarily plugged and go offline in order to speed up the inspection of the other wells so that the facility could eventually be cleared for injections, which could occur if needed for energy reliability. So let me explain how that works. All 114 wells will be tested for leaks using a noise and temperature test. In fact, the word I have today is they have tested now SoCalGas and Dogger collectively together over 100 wells. They should be finished with this preliminary inspection by the end of this week. That's the plan. And then for those wells that can get through those tests, they will undergo a more exhaustive, rigorous 4-step approach to make sure that they are actually safe to operate. Those that don't pass those first 2-stage testing get set on the side for further review, and if they can't eventually pass that rigorous testing, they shouldn't be operating and they will be plugged. This has been agreed to by the administration and Dogger and SoCalGas all working together. Frankly, the residents just want to know if it's safe to move back home. Can we minimize the risk for their safety? I think this is a very good step in the right direction. But let me share with you some of the lessons I've learned from this, because anytime you have a problem of this magnitude, it's important to reflect in how you can minimize risks to other areas, perhaps. First of all, we all know deferred maintenance is a high risk, and that's what this was about, deferred maintenance on older wells that should have happened. We now will be instilling best management practices in the operation of natural gas fields. There'll be regular leak inspections, not just for those back in operation, but for those that are plugged or abandoned as well. We won't be filling the whole 7-inch of a well casing. We have tubes that go down the center of the well casing. That's where the natural gas will go into and out of the reservoir, leaving the well casing intact, sort of a protection, if you will, so they won't corrode for additional leaks in the future. All the stakeholders agreed this is a smart thing to do. We will be determining the maximum pressure that the reservoir should go back up to in order to make sure that the pressure doesn't increase the likelihood of a leak. Experts are out on the field. It's emotional to the residents, but I want to share with you, top-notch officials have looked at this thoughtfully. What we've also learned is it's important to diversify our energy supply. Perhaps the whole Southern California area has become too dependent on one primary energy source. That's natural gas, and we should have a more diversified approach in how we look at energy. I've also learned about the importance of land use planning, and this is a role for local governments as well as state agencies. Should we be putting 32,000 homes and schools right next door to a producing oil and gas field? Probably not. This bill is consistent with the governor's executive order. It continues the moratorium until all wells are tested and the PUC determines that they have been inspected. It's interesting, Dogger does the wells, but the PUC operates the reservoir. So you need both of them in the room. There have been many challenges, but I feel that this is a measured response, a balanced response that, first of all, ensures safety and minimizes risk to the residents who live next door, but also intelligently looks at the issue of energy reliability. Also in this bill, the governor can use, it's not even in the bill because the governor already could use existing authority if he wants, under the California Emergency Services Act, the Public Resources Code, and his own authority to declare a state of emergency and allow injections to start at Aliso Canyon prior to Dogger's comprehensive safety review being completed. We hope he doesn't have to exercise that route. So we are moving forward with these inspections. They're on track. We need to let the residents know that we are looking out for them. This was an accident. Looking back, perhaps didn't have to happen, but lessons learned, deferred maintenance, best management practices, appropriate land use planning, all is important as well. So this doesn't happen again. Ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Pavley. Senator Huff?
Thank you, Madam President and members. I rise in support of this bill. As a principal co-author, I urge you to approve this urgency measure for the community and residents at Porter Ranch and their neighbors that desperately need to know that the remaining natural gas wells are safe after the disastrous gas leak. Years ago, while I was serving on the board of a transit agency, we made the decision to switch from diesel to cleaner burning natural gas. Most of our Southern California's transit fleets are now fueled by natural gas, and our air is cleaner. We're also changing our electrical energy grid to cleaner, renewable sources of sun and wind with system reliability provided by natural gas-fired turbines, and our carbon footprint is smaller. The unchecked release of stockpiled natural gas at Aliso Canyon Gas Storage Facility and the relocation of thousands of families has changed forever our awareness of this cleaner carbon-based fuel, as well as our storage and transmission policies and oversight. Some have been calling for us to shut it all down. The truth is, we can't. But we can and must ensure that as we use natural gas as a foundational energy source in our state, it cannot be at the expense of public safety. As this bill has moved through the process, it's had been provided a necessary mechanism of legislative guidance and oversight that underscores our dual commitment to public safety and a reliable source of energy for our residents, businesses, transportation, including critical electric generators for the LA Basin. This bill was thoughtfully amended to allow limited injections into wells at the facility after the Division of Oil, Gas, and Geothermal Resources, or DOGGR as we call it, has thoroughly reevaluated the appropriate operating pressures for the facility, and all the wells are either plugged or fully inspected and passed all tests. Injection into the safety-certified wells would only be allowed to the extent needed to maintain the working gas necessary to meet energy reliability demands. The range of working gas can be maintained, but only by using injection wells that have undergone the comprehensive safety review, which Senator Pavley's outlined. DOGGR created these criteria with help from experts at national labs. Aliso Canyon must never again pose a risk to public health or safety. This bill strikes a balance between maintaining energy reliability in the region and safety. This bill applies only to the Aliso Canyon Storage Facility, and as of about an hour and a half ago, Southern California Gas Company is in support of the bill. I respectfully ask that you support it as well and ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Huff. Senator Stone?
Thank you, Madam President. Can I ask a question to the author? She's around.
Senator Pavley, would you be willing to take a question? Thank you. Please proceed, Senator
Thank you,
Stone.
Madam Chairman. Senator, thank you for your leadership on this. This was a very unfortunate debacle that certainly affected a lot of people in the Porter Ranch area. And I know that once the safety protocols have been satisfied, the facility then may begin to have injection of gas. Will you continue to be working with DOGGR and, if necessary, the PUC and Southern California Gas to ensure that this is done safely and efficiently so that we can do everything we can to ensure constituent health and safety, and just as important, reliability, since most of Southern California depends on this natural gas flow?
Yes, I will plan to continue to do that, at least for the next 6-7 months, and then someone will have to pick up this torch. But thank you very much for the question. It's really important. Safety first, inspect those wells, and then energy reliability. I met today with people from the CEC. I continue to meet with everyone involved on this issue and spending a lot of time on behalf of the residents, but on behalf of the region as well. So I don't want to compromise the safety for the other, but we can do both.
Thank you, Senator Pavley. Senator Bates?
Thank you, Madam President. A question for the author.
Senator Pavley, would you like to take a question?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Senator Bates. Please
Just a
proceed.
clarification, Senator. It was a little noisy over here, and I didn't hear if you assured us that in the event of an emergency, that the governor does, in fact, have the ability to intercept, be involved in addressing the emergency.
Yes, we've looked at several places. It's already an existing authority under the California Emergency Services Act and the Public Resources Code. He always has the option of declaring a state of emergency and allowing injections to restart. The Emergency Services Act specifically includes energy as a basis. It's in the appropriate code sections of the government code.
Well, thank you. On my own time, I too want to add my great support to the senator for all the work that was done on this, and certainly addresses the deep concern of the people in that neighborhood. I think we're all here to represent those people, and this was a heavy lift for the senator. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Bates. Members, is there any further discussion? Senator Gaines, I apologize. Please proceed.
Wonderful. Thank you, Madam President, and I want to thank the Senator for answering the questions to provide clarity for me. My concern was a potential brownout or something of that nature, but you've clarified that the governor has the authority in the event that there's some sort of emergency. So I support your legislation, and thank you for bringing this forward.
Thank you, Senator. Members, any other further discussion or debate? Senator Pavley, would you like to close?
Thank you very much for the questions, and thank you very much for the support, and a special shout out to my co-authors, including Senator Huff and Assemblymember Wilk, who carried the torch over in the Assembly. Ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? Aye. Bates? Aye. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Canella? Aye. De Leon? Fuller? Aye. Gaines? Aye. Galgiani? Aye. Glazer? Aye. Hall? I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leyva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. I. Vidak. Wajkowski. I. Wolk. I.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon. Hertzberg. Morlock. Runner. Vidak. Vidak, aye.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Ayes 36, noes 0 on the urgency clause. Ayes 36, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred in. Members, we are going to return for a moment to privileges of the floor. Senator Morlock, for what purpose do you rise?
Purpose of introduction.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to introduce Scott Larson. He's the Executive Director of Homemade Orange County. He's up here in Sacramento today to announce the Essentials for Young Lives Drive, which is an annual drive to collect disposable diapers for the poor. He's just a great individual who's an Uber supporter with dealing with homelessness. He is my successor as chairman of the Orange County Commission to End Homelessness, and he should be standing. He's right here. So, colleagues, Mr. Scott Larson.
Welcome to your Senate floor, Mr. Larson. Thank you very much, Senator Morlock. Members, returning to consideration of the daily file under unfinished business, item 8, Senator Wajkowski. Pass on file. Thank you very much. Members, we are now going to Senate third reading, starting with item 9, Senator Hertzberg, pass on file. Item number 10, Senator Mendoza, pass on file. Item 11, Senator Mitchell, pass on file. Number 12, Senator Roth, pass on file. Item 13, Senator Mendoza. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 130 by Senator Mendoza relative to Portugal Day.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President, members. I'm here to present SCER 130, which declares June 10th, 2016 as Portugal Day, a day to recognize the contributions of Portuguese Americans in our great state. We'll be bringing this back to the Senate floor in June for our floor ceremony. With that, members, I respectfully ask for your aye vote today.
Members, is there any debate or discussion? Is there any objection to using the unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 37, noes 0. Thank you, members. File item 14, Senator Gaines. Senator Gaines, file item 14. Pass on file. File item 15, Senator Wolk. Thank you, pass on file. File item 16, Senator Wajkowski. Pass on file, thank you. File item 17, Senator Hernandez. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 923 by Senator Hernandez, an act relating to health care coverage.
Please proceed.
Madam President, thank you. I appreciate it. Members, the Affordable Care Act provides many new consumers protections to make health insurance more affordable and available. These include protections on cost sharing, such as actual value requirements and placing annual limits on out-of-pocket costs. Out-of-pocket costs are the portion of health care expenses paid by an insured consumer in the form of deductibles, co-payments, or co-insurance payments paid to health care providers. One of the many individual market reforms California enacted while implementing the Affordable Care Act was a provision that prohibited plans and insurers from altering premiums during that particular plan year. This essential patient protection, while meaningful on its own, does not currently apply to cost-sharing requirements across the entire market. This bill will ensure healthcare consumers are actually provided what they were promised when they sign up for coverage by prohibiting a health care service plan or health insurer from changing any cost-sharing requirements during that plan year. And members, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hernandez. Members, is there any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? No. Bates? Bell? Aye. Berryhill? Aye. Block? Aye. Canella? De Leon? Fuller? Gaines? No. Galgiani? Aye. Glazer? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Hill? Aye. Hueso? Aye. Huff? Jackson? Aye. Lara? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leyva? Aye. Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? Morell? No. Wynn? Nielsen? Pan? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Roth? Aye. Runner? Stone? No. Vidak? Aye. Wykowski? Aye. Wolk? Aye.
Please call the absent members.
Bates? No. Canella? Aye. De Leon? Fuller? Aye. Hertzberg? Huff? Morlock? Wynn? Nielsen? Runner?
Ayes 28, noes 5. The measure passes. File item 18, Senator Hernandez. Please read, Mr. Secretary.
Senate Bill 1036 by Senator Hernandez, an act related to controlled substances.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, over the past few years, California has experienced the emergence of a new, unpredictable, and deadly category of a drug called spice. Spice is a synthetic form of a cannabinoid that is marketed in a safe and legal alternative to marijuana. The chemicals in spice interact with the brain in a similar manner to marijuana, but can be up to 50 times more potent, and the effects are often unpredictable. In some instances, sadly, this spice used has resulted in death. In 2011, I authored SB 420 that banned a specific version of spice, but the industry circumvented the ban with new iterations of it by altering the chemical makeup of it. This bill will expand the definition of a controlled substance analog to include all substantially similar synthetic cannabinoid structures. This will keep California law ahead of the consistently changing chemical structure of the synthetic marijuana and prevent further tragic consequences. With that, members, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hernandez. Under discussion and debate, Senator Gaines.
Great. Thank you, Madam President. Rise in support of this bill and want to thank the author for his work on this issue. I had a young man in my district named Connor Eckhart who lost his life after taking a single hit of synthetic marijuana. That is the danger of this product. It's marketed as a safe, legal alternative to drugs, but that is an outright lie, and a dangerous one, even a fatal one. And the people who are peddling this drug are tempting our kids and putting their lives and health at great risk. Have been able to stay one step ahead of the law by tweaking these chemical formulas, leading to an never-ending cat and mouse game between law enforcement and the pushers and profiteers who are putting this product on the street. This bill will help to end that. This bill will help make certain that no more young men and women lose their lives in senseless tragedy, and no more families suffer the loss of a child to this terrible drug. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Gaines. Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam President. I, too, would like to commend the author for bringing this bill forward. There's a lot of rogue chemists out there that are always 2 steps ahead of us and keep modifying these backbone structures where we don't even know what the effects are going to be. And emergency rooms are seeing a high number of people that are being admitted to emergency rooms, and it's very misleading because when these people buy these packages, it says right on the package in many cases, not for human consumption, even though they know that it's being marketed just for that, for human consumption. In many cases, it ends with a fatality in an emergency room. Thank you, Senator, for bringing it forward, and happy to support. I urge an aye vote.
Senator Hernandez, would you like to close?
Thank you, Madam President. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Members, is there any objection to using a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 37, noes 0. File item 19, Senator Waso not at his desk. File item 20, Senator Runner, pass on file.